Welcome back to TEC Tube. Today we're going to be going through the Contractor dealer portal for Carrier and Bryant dealers. So if you're a consumer, this video won't be that exciting to you. If you're a dealer, hopefully it'll be very helpful to you in organizing your consumers' thermostats and being able to support them remotely. So we're going to do it today on the computer, and we're going to show you some examples of things you can do on that portal, and then we'll have some additional follow-up videos for very specific things. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is go to HVACpartners.com, which is the regular portal for all the Carrier and Bryant dealers for everything that you want to do regarding Carrier and Bryant. There's like 110,000 documents on there, every possible thing you can imagine. One of those things happens to be this connected portal. So when we log into that site like you would normally for that site, we're going to go to Marketing Tools, and then we're going to go down to where it says Dashboards and Portals, and in my case, that's the only one listed there is Connected Contractor Portal. I'll click on that guy. That'll open up. We'll click on either the Carrier or Bryant version. Most of you guys will only have one or the other. I happen to have both. And it'll open up that portal for you. So when you first jump on there, you'll have a menu down the left-hand side, Dashboard, Customers, Opportunities, and Settings. And it'll always open up in the dashboard setting. And it'll immediately display to you any critical alarms. Because one of the most important things you can use this tool for is seeing which of your customers' homes need help now. So it'll automatically show you the critical alarms there. In this case, I have one listed that I've never cleared off because I want to leave it there for training examples. Today we're logged into a test account that I have that just has some random thermostats at my house and in our lab and stuff like that because I didn't want to log into a real consumer's account here. So this dashboard here, up on the right hand side, I have a navigation I can use to scroll through different dates if I want to have a different range of dates for the alarms. It shows me how many customers I have connected, in this case 3 customers. They're all me in this case. I have one alert message, which you see displayed on the screen here, and I have 3 opportunities, and we'll explain what opportunities are later. Sometimes you'll have a lot of alerts on here, in which case you may want to filter them. So by default, it'll show you the critical alerts, of which I have 1. There are also moderate alerts, which I do not have any. Moderate alerts will be things that are not working correctly, but the people still have heating and cooling function. So maybe there's a duct flow calibration issue with their Infinity system or something like that, but they still have heating and cooling function. So the things that are important but not critical. And then you have maintenance alerts, which are things like it's time to change the filters, UV light bulb needs to be changed out, those sorts of things. So you can filter for any of those, or you can click on all and filter for all of them simultaneously. When I pull up one of these alerts on here, in this case it's a code 179 outdoor communication fault for customer Ryan Hoger. I can hide that one, which I don't want to do because I want to leave it on here for future training reasons. Or I can click on details and I can bring up some more information about that very specific alarm. So let's do that right now with my super fast internet connection at my office here. So it shows the customer, the alarm specific situation, the customer's contact info. I can add notes in on this customer. So if I went there and did some specific work, like we changed the UV bulb or something like that, I can make a note in there. We did a warranty claim, I can make a note in there. In this case, the note I made was this customer has high expectations, and he does. He's really hard to work with. We still love him. Consumer's address information, and then the system that they have. So in my case, I have an Infinity Touch system, and I can look at that, or I can look at the equipment related to that. So I have a modulating gas furnace, and I have a 5-stage air conditioner on here. On the Infinity Stat itself, I have lists on here that are linkable. So one of them is product documentation. If you click on that, you can pull up the manuals related to that particular product. So I can pull up installation manuals, presentations, warranty cards, those kinds of things. Very specific to that exact product. I can do a warranty lookup on the products. So if I click on there, it'll bring a pop-up window up, tell me who this particular serial number is registered to for warranty purposes, when the system was installed, that sort of thing. And I can also read, the warranty description stuff. And then the last one I have is service history. There was no service history on this, but if there was, it'd be listed there. And then down below, the same thing on the equipment. I can click on the product documentation for the furnace or the air conditioner, and the same kind of information will pull up for that specific piece of equipment. All the associated manuals. And the same thing for the warranties and the service history, if there is any. It'll pull that stuff up. I got a zoning system on there in this case, so there's a little bit more stuff to look at on there. If I click back, go back one screen, so that's if I click on one of my alarms that I already have. If I scroll down, there'll be a map there showing geographically where all my alarm situations are at. I only have one right now, so it's not super exciting for the purposes of this video. But if I had 4 or 5 of them when I came into work in the morning, they'd be scattered about this map, and I could use that to try to figure out who I'm going to send there. This video today should be most useful for service managers and dispatchers, as opposed to the field tech necessarily. On the left-hand side, I can click on customers over here, and I can see all my customers listed. Now you're going to have connected customers, and you're going to have customer queue. Connected customers are customers that are attached to your dealer account, their thermostat's online and functioning, and they're bound to you for information. Queued customers are a little different. These are customers that Carrier Bryant knows that these stats were installed by you because they're looking at the warranty registration records or the manufacturer's rebate records and saying, oh, that serial number was installed by XYZ Heating Company. However, if you got customers in the queue, that means that the stat is connected to your account, paired to you, but the customer doesn't have the stat online yet. They may have it on, it may be installed, it may be powered, but they've not yet set up a customer account, or their customer account is not online and active. So those are ones you probably want to work with the consumer to get fixed. My customers, I only have 3 in this case, but if I had a bunch of them, I could search for them by name. I could put in Smith and it'll pull up all the Smiths or John Doe or whatever I wanted. And then when I look at my customers, I can see their contact info. If I'm looking at this from a mobile version, right, because I can also do this on my phone if I wanted to and see on there that way, I could click on the phone number for a customer and it'll ask me to just go ahead and dial it right now automatically from my cell phone. Right, on my laptop, it's not going to dial anything, obviously. I can click on details and see more about that stat, and it's going to take me to the same kind of information that I had when I clicked on it through the critical alarm before. But I can do this for any of my customers, even ones that don't have alarms in this case. All right, so it shows me my alarm and my information again. So we'll go back on that. Opportunities. If I click on opportunities, opportunities are not critical things. They're not even maintenance alarms. They're just things that are not perfect that you may, as a dealer, choose to do something about. So maybe it's customer software that's outdated. So maybe you want to make an offer to them, hey, when we come out and do our maintenance that you normally do with us every September, we can also do the software update for your thermostat with you if they don't want to do it themselves. So this gives you information on that. You can download any of these reports. So in this case, it's showing me I have 2 version A Infinity Evolution controls that have out-of-date software. So I have an opportunity to upgrade that software if I wanted to, right? All my B ones are updated, right? It tells me stuff like that. So I can choose to use that to help a customer out. Under settings, I click on that, it'll show settings related to me, the dealer. So here's my dealer contact info. That's not something I can change or edit. That's fed in through from HVAC Partners. However I have it set up there, it's going to show on here, right? But there are a few things that I can change. So on my Infinity Evolution stats, I can set up a specific email address at my office to accept alarms. I often recommend to dealers that they set up a special email just for thermostats. For example, it could be stat@xyzheating.com, and then use that email address for all their Carrier and Bryant stats for the dealer address. Use it for their other brands, Honeywell, Venstar, whatever, and then all the alarms from all the thermostats of all the customers that you support will all go to one inbox so you can deal with them that way. So I would use that same email address here. In this case, I just put my email address in. And then I can choose whether I get critical alarms, maintenance alarms emailed to me, or an email if the customer's stat is offline. So in this case, I chose not to get the maintenance alarms emailed to me, but I want to get emailed on the critical ones. I can still see the maintenance ones on the portal, but I don't need to get an email pinging me every time someone's filter is dirty. But if their furnace is down, I want to know about that. And then if I have a second person, I can set it up that way as well. For your core, house-wise, as well as the old comfort and legacy stats, the little white ones, I can set up an email address for those as well to get an alarm message. For whatever reason, there's only one email allowed on that particular scenario. This portal does support many thermostats. It supports all of the Infinity stats, both the new and the old ones. Same with Evolution. It supports the core and housewise. I know my graphic here is only showing the O1s, but it supports the O1-A's as well. It supports the new core stats, the 7C and the 5C, and it supports the Carrier Comfort and Bryant Legacy stats that are no longer made. Additionally, it also supports Ecobee thermostats. We've got a separate video that will show you on how to add these stats to the portal if you need help with that. As I make changes to these on here, I would just click save down at the bottom and it would save them for me. So that's kind of the basics of it. It'd be ideal to use this if you're a dispatcher or a service manager to help find opportunities. If you got a slow week and you don't quite have 40, 50 hours a week for all your guys, I would be checking on here for sure to see if people need some help with things that are not quite broken yet, but look like they might be broken soon, or filters that are not been changed or something like that.